Hello, this is Mr. Agbamu Idonogrene. In this video, I want to demonstrate how we can derive the quadratic formula. And this quadratic formula, most people refer to it as the almighty formula. So most times we also call it the almighty formula. Yes, so let's go and see how we are going to do it. Before you can understand how to derive the quadratic formula, there's something you need to understand in quadratic equation, which is the completing the square method. I want to do a simple explanation before I will start the derivation. Now, let me go to fx and type something there. So if you have something like this, let's say x plus a raised to the power 2. If you are asked to expand this, you will see that it's going to be equals to x squared. So the first term in the bracket, which is x, raise it to the power 2. Then you are going to have this power, which is 2ax. That is 2 times a times x, which is 2ax. So it's going to be 2ax. So the three terms, this power, this second term and this first term, you write them together here. Then finally, the a, which is this now, will now have its own square. So this is how we expand something like this, which is x plus a raised to the power 2 is equals to x squared plus 2ax plus a squared. Now, if you can expand this, let's do a reverse process. If I want to reverse this process, let me go back to this place. If I want to reverse, let's go back like this. Let's say I have x squared plus 2ax then plus a squared. This now, if I want to reverse it, you will discover that the a and the x, they are the ones that have square. You see a and x, they have square. You put them in bracket, which is x plus a. You understand? A and x, the ones with square, put them in bracket x plus a. Then what are you going to do next? Then these two, which multiply the x and the a, you see 2ax, which is ax. These two will now become the power here, which is power 2. So you can see that in both ways, they are equal to each other. So by the time you understand this principle, so proving almighty formula will be easy using what we call the completing the square method. So let's go straight now. Now remember the general quadratic equation, that is general quadratic equation. So if I state the general quadratic equation, that is this, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So this is the general quadratic equation. That's bx, not ba. Bs. So ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So this is the general quadratic expression, or we say equation. Now, with this equation, I can derive this almighty formula, which is quadratic formula. So to start, remember the principle of this second point. I said pick the one with square here, put them in bracket, then raise them to power 2. But now this general quadratic equation does not have square on both sides. It only have a square in one side, which is the x. So to start, let's go straight now. To start, let's start the derivation. Have ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. So this a, I need to divide through by a. So a need to leave this place, which is going to be like this: a over a, which is x squared. Then you have your plus bx over a. Then continue plus c over a, which is equals to 0 over a. So a need to leave this place so that it look like the way I explained the other step. So now the next step is going to be what? We already know that a is going to cancel Okay, this A is going to cancel out this A. So in my next line, I'm going to have x squared plus bx over A, then plus c over A, which is equals to 0. So 0 divided by A is 0. Now the next thing, I need to take c over A out of this place. So c over A need to come to this side of the equation. I'll now have my x squared plus bx over A equals to minus c over A. Now I've removed my c over A to this part of the equation. Now this part now I need to make it a complete square. So how do I make this part a complete square? Let me go to Microsoft. Okay, now how do I make this part a complete square? So watch. To do that, remember what I explained in this place. Let me shift this out of here. To remember what I explained in this place, I said, look at this value, this 2ax. So this b over a is the one at the middle. So I need to introduce these 2 multiplied by the first term and the second term. So how do I do that? So I need to do the reverse process. So since this is 2 multiplied by a and x, so I'm going to do the reverse process, which is division. So I'm going to divide b over a. So this b now, divide b over a. Let me type it here. So divide b over a. Yes. So let's push it up. So divide b over a by 2 and don't stop there and square the result. So which is the reverse process of this? Remember, this is multiplying 2 by the 2 terms in the bracket. Then this is the reverse process. This time I divide it, then square the result. Just like if I'm going from here to here, I pick x and a in bracket, and now square the result. You can see. So I'm doing the reverse process, which is b over a divided by 2, then square the result. So how do I do that? So this is b over a. Let me go and divide it by 2 this place. So I have my b divided by a. So divide by 2. So this is what I have. So what will this one give me now? If I simplify this, I will have b over a. So I have b over a now. Then it will now become times 1 over 2, which will finally end up as b over 2a. So this is what I have. So that is this. So this is the b over a. I've divided it by 2. B over a divided by 2, and I have b over 2a. Now we now say square the result. If I square this result of b over 2a, I'm going to have b divided by 2a. If I square this result, let's open bracket here, let's close bracket, then square the result. So this square of this result, I'm not going to put the answer of this square. So I'm going to add it to both sides. So I'm going to add the square now. Add the square to both sides of the solution now. So what solution now? This solution where I stop. So I'm going to continue from here. Where I stop here, I'm going to add b over 2a to both sides. And if I do that, remember this expression. Let me go to the next line. So I have my x squared plus bx over a equals to minus c over a. I'm going to add that expression to both sides. So x squared plus bx over a, then plus, don't forget square we have now, which is b over 2a square. So I'm adding it to both sides equals to minus c over a plus half of b over 2a square. So this is what we are saying. Let me go back to my word. Yes. So you can see b over 2a square, b over 2a square has been added to both sides, this side and this side. So from here, our work is over. Completing the square is over. Quadratic formula has been derived. You'll be surprised I'm saying this. See what will happen. Now, if you come to this thing I explained initially, I say pick the ones with square, x and a. Put them in bracket, raised to power 2. That is all. X and a. Put them in bracket, raised to power 2. Let's come here. So x and b over 2a. See, these are the two that have square. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put them in bracket and raised to power 2. So what I will do next is, let me go to the next line. So these two, which is an open bracket, I have x now plus b over 2a plus b over 2a. So these are the two that have square. I've put them in bracket raised to power 2. So this one is equals to this. Remember what I did from the beginning, how I explained it. So this is equals to this. So which will now be equals to minus c over a plus, open your bracket and close, which is b over 2a all square. So now I will now simplify this side. Finally, remove this square, square to the other side, and that is all. So let me just end this derivation. So I have my, let me copy it so that will be fast. So this part now, I need to open this bracket, which is minus c over a. Or let me put this one first. Let me write the positive first, which is open and close bracket, b over 2a square minus c over a. I decide to write this first before this. Then at this point, I can now solve this part. If I open this bracket, I will have my b square divided by 4a square. Sorry, 4a square. So each of these terms in the bracket, they take the square. So b square, 2 square, a square. So b square is b square, 2 square is 4, a square is a square, which is now minus c over a. Now find the LCM of this part. Now have this. So the LCM of 4a square a will be 4a squared. If you divide, you know what it will end up in bracket. I'll have my b square, so which is b square. Then this other part now, the 4a square, which is the LCM, we cancel one of this a, leaving 4ac. Sorry, minus 4ac. Then everything here, don't forget, is having over 4a squared. Yes. So now to solve this further, let me go to my Microsoft. To solve this further, now what I need to do next is to square root both sides of the equation. So if I square root both sides by removing the square, I'm going to have x plus b over 2a equals to square root plus or minus this. So that is what I'll do next. So I have my x plus b over 2a equals to, have my plus or minus. So you have your square root, put this in bracket, which is b squared minus 4ac all over. Still need to open another bracket here because they are all in the bracket. All over. Okay, let's remove this first. So have this all over 4x squared. Yes, so I've square root both sides of the equation. Now to end this now, I'll take my b over 2a to this part of the equation, which will now become x equals to minus b all over 2a, which is plus or minus square root. Now the square root of 4x will become 2a. So what I'm going to do here is this. So it's going to be b squared minus 4ac, then all over 2a. Sorry, this place is supposed to be a, sorry, not x, supposed to be a. Okay, so that is that. So at this point, I can finish it. So you can see this is 4a, not 4x. So I've corrected it. So at this point, let's conclude our calculation. Now, the LCM of 2a and 2a, you can see that they are the same. So my final answer for my quadratic formula, let me end it here, will now become x equals to minus b. I need to put it in bracket, equals to minus b plus or minus, give space, plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So this is our quadratic formula, which is also known as the almighty formula, which is minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac. So this is how you derive quadratic formula. This is the quadratic formula. Let me put it in a square box so that you see it clearly. So this is quadratic formula. So this is the quadratic formula. X is equals to minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. X equals to minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So this is quadratic formula. So if you go through the step again from the beginning, it's not actually a difficult thing. To prove the quadratic formula, number one thing you need to know is understand the principle of expansion. How do you expand this bracket? You can see the way I expanded it like this. Now, if I'm doing the reverse process from here, how do I move from here back to this place? So the ones with square, the x and the a, I put them in bracket raised to power 2. So I've reversed the two process. So with this knowledge, I come to our general quadratic equation, which is ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Now, in the explanation I did, the coefficient of x must always be 1. So that is why I started by dividing by a. So a need to leave this place from the general quadratic equation. So if I divide through by a, I have my x squared plus bx over a plus c over a equals to 0. Now, taking c over a to this side so that I can have a complete square. This part is not complete. Now, c over a have come to this side becomes a negative c over a when it crosses over. Now the next thing is, since I discovered that the middle term is always gotten by multiplication by 2, so I need a reverse process. How do I know the middle term here so that I can get a complete square? So I need to do the reverse process. Instead of multiplying by 2, I will now divide by 2 and squaring the result. So b over a now divided by 2, you can see it. So the answer becomes b over 2a. Then square the b over 2a. So this is the result. Now that I've squared it, I'll add it to both sides equation, this solution we have been moving. So b over 2a squared, adding it to both sides, you can see, I added it to this side and this side. Then pick the 2 with square, which is x, and b over 2a, put them in bracket and square them. So by doing this, you say that you are okay, and that is the major thing in completing the square to prove almighty formula. Now that I've done this, it's now for me to choose this one, take it to the lowest. Now going further, I wrote this square before this, which is this. I expanded this bracket, opening this bracket, which is b square over 4a squared. Found the LCM, which is 4a squared divided by 4a squared, which is 1 times b squared, which is b squared minus a. Cancel one of the a, you're leaving 4a times c, there's 4ac. Now finding square root of both sides by removing square, I have my x plus 2b over 2a. So this square now becomes square root. Because we are expecting two solutions, I need to write my plus or minus. Now taking plus b over 2a to this side, I have my minus b over 2a plus or minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now the square root of 4a squared is 2a. Now reducing it further, 2a is a common denominator, which is 2a minus b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac. So this is the quadratic formula, which is also known as the almighty formula. Take your time and go through this video. You'll see that it's not actually difficult to derive it. It's very easy. Just for you to understand the principle, and that is that. So thank you for watching this video. Do have a nice day.